Hello YouTubers, subscribers and friends, welcome to my channel. There's no bird in there today. It is a hot day already. There goes a lizard right there. Them lizards are fast. What kind of bird is that? He does a weird noise. It's a little breezy today. It's supposed to be 80 degrees. I don't know what he's saying. It's beautiful though. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Not a cloud in the sky. Gate's still open. They have somebody living in that RV. So last night, I had an incident with this neighbor over here. Oh, he's very vocal. I had to call the police, the sheriff's department, because the pit bull tried to come over into my yard and attack me and my dog, Josie. And my wife was walking Jerry over there, and the dog, pit bull, was out running around in the yard over in front of that RV over there. And I walk Josie every day like I've been doing for the last 8 years. I walk her around the perimeter of the property, and as I was going over there, that pit bull come running from that front of that RV. I thought it started running. I thought it was going to run after my wife because my wife was over there, and it was barking at my wife. And it just came hauling towards me, and it jumped. It jumped onto that fence, like say this wall. So it jumped up like that onto the fence, and it started barking. I can see that little white dog over there. It attacked that white dog yesterday. Anyways, it jumped on that fence, and Josie, because I was walking by, Josie pulled me into that fence, and they were fighting through the fence. I mean, and they created so much dirt and dust that my wife, who was over there, couldn't see it. All she could see was a huge dust storm because the dogs were fighting like crazy through the fence and stirring up so much dirt. Let me go over here and see the marks on the ground. And I had a really hard time holding Josie, and the pit bull was trying to come over the fence. It kept standing up and putting its paws up on top of the fence here. And so when I finally broke because there was so much commotion here, that dog back there, the little white dog, and then that German Shepherd dog right there, come running down. And then when they got about right there, the pit bull finally turned and went over to them and started fighting with them. I thought they were going to go through the gate there. And I was able to pull Josie back to this area over here, away over here. And I could see my wife running, carrying Jerry. So I was very pissed because, you know, I live here 8 years. I own my property. They're tenants. They're renters. They don't own that. And immediately I got on the phone and I called the landlord and told the landlord, hey, listen, they haven't got rid of this pit bull. The pit bull's running around. It's fighting with it. It was fighting with the other dogs in the fence, and the landlord couldn't hear me. And then she hung up on me. So then I called her back and I said, the pit bulls just had a fight with my dog through the fence. You know, I did at the time. I didn't know if my Josie was hurt or anything. But the lady's like, I was talking to the landlord's wife, and she was like, well, it sounds like there's nothing I can do about it. I said, well, you better do something about it, because if that dog was to come into my yard and was fighting me, if that fence wasn't there, who knows what would have happened to me. You know, if I get bit, or my wife gets bit, or my dogs get bit, I'm going to sue somebody. And she was like, well, sounds like you just want to sue somebody, so go ahead and sue us. And then she hung up on me again. And so I called 911 and told them it wasn't an emergency, and they sent over a sheriff's department, and before the sheriff's department came over, they transferred me to animal control. And animal control is going to come out and issue them a citation because they said they're breaking the law. Dogs have to be on the leash when walked, and if you have property, you have to have a gate that's locked and closed, or especially if the dog's vicious, has got a history of being vicious. Anyways, they said they're going to be cited, they're going to come out, but they won't be out till sometime next week because it's the weekend. And look at that quail egg still there. So I documented everything. The sheriffs came over and talked to me and pretty much told me that I have all the right in the world to protect myself if that dog was to come in my yard and try to hurt me or my animals. So let me show you something here really quick. My wife's going to the store to buy her lottery tickets because she won $10. This is that remote control thing that I have set up here, and it works good. If you watch to the end of the video, I show you how it works at nighttime. But I have footage of the sheriff's department coming. I didn't videotape me talking to the sheriffs because he asked if I wouldn't videotape it, so I said, alright, no problem. I was just trying to document what's going on, and he's like, I don't have a problem you document it, I just don't want to record this conversation. So I said, alright, no problem. So once we got done, I videotaped him leaving and going over there, and I got all the footage. The animal control told me to start documenting everything, every time I see the dog running loose, take pictures of it or video, because they're breaking the law. Even when the sheriff and them, you know, when they left, one left first, and then he came over and told us that they told him to chain up the dog and to shut the gate. Well, they didn't do that. When the sheriffs left, the dog was still running around and the gate's still open. So they're not going to listen to what I have to say, and it's quite clear they don't give a damn what the sheriff's department told them. The sheriffs left. They said they couldn't do anything about his animal control situation. Unless the dog physically hurts me or one of my animals, they can't do anything, which I think is a stupid law, because the sheriffs were over there and they saw the dog came after the sheriff, you know, and they pulled out their guns and stuff. Anyways, I got the footage. I'll roll that footage here in a minute, but that's what's going on with this crazy neighbor here and their pit bulls. Well, they only got one now and one Chihuahua. Here's the footage. Check it out. They called the police because the dog nearly attacked me. It's sitting over there in the yard running loose again. I got off the phone with the animal control just before the cops showed up. And the dog is running around loose. They're breaking the law. The animal has to be on a leash at all times, and if it's in the yard, the gate has to be closed. They're breaking the law. They'll be issued by the citation from animal control. This dog almost came over that fence. If it wasn't for my dog Josie taking over, who knows what would have happened to me with this dog. So now I have caught in the police. I just asked the cop too. I said, if I shoot that dog, would I get in any trouble? He's like, if that dog's coming at you and you're in fear for your life and it attacks you or it attacks your dogs, you have all the right in the world to shoot that dog. So now that I know that, I'm going to, you know, deal with this now, because like I said, I am tired of being nice. I called the landlord right after the incident happened, and the landlord told me, hey, sounds like you want to sue me, so sue me, and then hung up on me. So it's quite clear that they don't care. I was talking to the sheriff and telling him that the dog runs around loose, and sure enough, as we're talking, the dog is running around loose. Him and the little Chihuahua now. I know there's someone home because the dog was put up not too long after this incident happened. So he's going to go over there and have a talk with him, but he says he can't do anything. Animal control has to do it, and they're going to come out and talk to me sometime next week sometime. But I told him what happens if something happens between now and then, and he said I have all the right in the world to protect myself. So the other cop called another cop for backup, and the dog is loose, and it's barking at the dog right now. I mean at the sheriff's right now. I'd be scared of it if I was them too, because that thing, seriously, if it wasn't for that little fence and my dog Josie keeping that dog from coming over the fence, I could be at the hospital, I think, right now. So both officers have drawn their gun because the dog is coming towards the officers and barking at them, and now they've gone that way out of my view. I know there's somebody home because the little Chihuahua is out now running around on its own. It looks like they're talking to somebody through the... My wife says I was so brave because she saw the incident happen, and you thought I was brave for standing still, right? Eh? She didn't understand I couldn't move. Because I knew from there to where I'm standing is 100 feet. What?
Is her face okay?
I haven't examined Josie's face. I haven't looked. And my wife was over there walking our dog, and then right after I finally got the dog scared and ran, it went after the two little dogs that live in the back there. All right, Josie, your face okay? If you look at Brownie, she's all scared on her. Josie was not scared at all. Oh my gosh, she was so brave and tough, man. But it shouldn't have to come to this. It shouldn't have to come to my dog stepping in between me and a vicious dog and putting her life on the line. And if the people would just do something, you know, it's a different guy. I told you they got another person living there. I think they're subletting to someone else also. This is just drama with these people over here, man. Seriously. There they go. One cop left already and the other one's leaving now. A white guy came out and was talking to the sheriff. The white guy doesn't live there. It's a black family. And they didn't do anything. The police officer was here talking to me. He says there's absolutely nothing they can do unless I was injured or the dog was injured. And it's animal control's job to do something. But yeah, they had their guns drawn. They were prepared to shoot that dog because that's a vicious dog, man. I don't care what the owner says. That dog I have seen climb over this fence, and that's all I could think of when that dog was coming right at me, that it was going to come over that fence and try to bite me or my dog. But I was more worried about my wife, who was over here walking Jerry, our miniature schnauzer, than I was really the dog coming at me. And it's just getting to be ridiculous. I called the landlord, like I said, and she said, it sounds like you just want to sue me, so go ahead and sue me. And then she hung up on me. So I called 911 right after it happened. They sent me to animal control. Animal control said to me that document every single time that that dog is loose. Take pictures or videos or whatever you can do, because they're breaking the law. There's an animal leash law. It doesn't matter if we live here in the country. It doesn't matter if it's my own property. If it's my own property, the gate must be closed and locked at all times, which this is never. Or if you're walking your dog, it has to be on a leash, even if it's on your own property, which is what I do every single time I walk my dog. We walk our dogs on leashes. And that dog is constantly, and I never know where this dog is going to be. That's why I told my wife, never go out alone without me, because we never know where this dog is going to come from. And so now the police have witnessed this themselves. I've documented. I made a police report. So I'm going to just continue to move forward with the legalization. They're already going to get a citation from the animal control, because what they've told me is if it's running around and you have proof of this dog running around loose, which I have videos of, many videos, that they will be given a citation. And if they give them more than 3 citations, the dog will be impounded. And I didn't want to have to be pushed to do this, but this is what I'm going to do, because these people don't care and the landlords don't care. And I'm glad that the police officers they saw it. Before I started filming, he goes, "Oh, it is running." And he goes, "Well, do you think it'll bite?" I'm like, "Dude, I know that dog will bite. That's why he called backup and they drew their guns. And they're lucky that somebody answered. I knew there was somebody home. When that dog was trying to come over that fence, I knew they were home. I knew it. And they didn't even bother to come outside to yell at the dog or stop the dog or anything. So it just shows you these people, they don't care that they have a vicious dog and that this dog might bite and kill something or someone. And it's getting ridiculous, and I'm not going to put up with it anymore. I'm done. So that's what happened with the pit bulls today. Now that it's dark, now I can show you my remote control that I got at Lowe's. Oh no, this was Home Depot. It's on and off. Dog's barking at me. From my lights, you're not going to be able to see it, but I have it plugged in here. The square box. It's a square box. It's got 2 outlets underneath here that you can plug 2 different plugs in. This is plugged in my outlet in my house. I got 2 lights just in case you happen to be new to my channel. I got an LED light there, an LED light up there. One points down my driveway. This is uses like, I think it's like 7 or 9 watts. I don't even remember. Same thing with this. This bulb uses 6 watts. It's a 60 watt equivalent to a regular bulb. But check it out. Off. Boom. On. See? So now I don't have to come out every night and unplug it from the wall, physically unplug it. I just use the remote control. And this was $9.97 at Home Depot. They have it at Lowe's for $14 something. If you go back and look at yesterday's video, the one where I titled You Learn Something New Every Day, you can see this actual package. But I just thought I'd show you that, and thanks for watching. Giga, I'm gone!